Hi, I'm Matt Vanicoro here with Ask.Audio magazine, and today we're going to look at the new Apogee Ensemble, Thunderbolt 2 edition. This is one sleek piece of kit. It's really well put together. The knobs are incredibly sturdy. We've got this chrome feel, brushed metal all the way across. It definitely feels like a boutique piece of gear. The buttons themselves are really nice. There's a lot of them. One of the features that I liked is that these buttons actually give you physical control over the inputs one at a time. So I've got 8 for the 8 analog inputs on the back. There's sort of this combo or XLR depending on which one you're using. And then we've got the Guitar 1 and Guitar 2 inputs. We'll get back to them in a minute. That's a really cool feature. Over here, one of the things I liked a lot about the Apogee are these assignable macro buttons. So you can have a button be sum your mix to mono, you can have it dim the outputs, mute the outputs, you can really assign it to be whatever you want, a talkback mic. And while we're talking about the talkback mic, you'll see there actually is a built-in microphone right there. But that built-in mic is actually, it's the capsule from the Apogee 1. So it's actually good enough to do some quick recording if you want to. If you're using the Apogee both as your studio interface and your main sound output or input device for your computer, you can get really great sound quality if you're doing FaceTime or video conferencing. You can use it as a room mic, as a really crushed room mic, highly compressed, but it's a really decent little thing. It's glad they didn't put in this sort of low-res talkback. It's really, really nice sounding. The guitar features are really where this thing starts to stand out from its predecessors and from a lot of other interfaces in this price class. You've got 2 guitar 1/4 inch proper impedance inputs on the front, but that's not extremely groundbreaking. But what is groundbreaking is the use of the 2 guitar outputs on the front, which are also guitar level. So you can actually reamp right from the front of this device. They baked in reamping directly to the device, something I really appreciate. I can record direct and then output the signal to an amp later on as if I were plugged directly into the amp. It's all at the right level. Everything is matched. It's guitar level. It sounds great. You can use this sort of as an effects loop to loop in pedals. So if you do record direct and then you decide you want to get some boutique pedal that you might have or a vintage electro harmonics pedal you're using, something really cool, you can loop it in right on the front and make your direct guitar tracks undirect or beefed up later on. It's a really neat feature, and it's nice that some companies are starting to give love to the guitarists that do production. The headphone outputs are quite powerful on this. I tested them with my least powerful headphones that I have, least sensitive ones, and these things can drive headphones quite well. Finally, it's Thunderbolt, and they've done a really good job with the drivers and the software on this. It's extremely efficient. For myself, it was recognized immediately with the Maestro software as soon as I plugged it in, and I noticed very, very, very little CPU overhead. It was very efficient. Finally, like any Apogee device, one of the things you either you love about the Apogee devices or about Apogee devices, you're kind of paying for that headroom and the boutique design and circuitry. And the Ensemble is no exception. Not only that, but I think it even amps it up. This is a very, very quiet device. Even the least powerful things that you plug into it. It's one of the things I always jump to when I'm testing out one of the Apogee devices. I have a good Electro Voice RE20 mic that I love, but as most of you know, that is a very power-hungry, gain-hungry mic. Usually you have to use it on a really strong preamp. I'll plug it directly into the Ensemble and no issues at all. I was able to get tons and tons of clean gain. The same with the guitar inputs. You can plug in some really low-level guitars and I'm astounded by how much gain you're able to get out of them and how clean it sounds when you get it. So really great job on this one from Apogee. It's a home run. It's a great little piece. It's a great piece of audio hardware, and it's definitely worth checking out. So I'm Matt Vanicoro from Ask.Audio magazine, and I hope you enjoyed checking out the Apogee Ensemble Thunderbolt with me today.